Okay, we are live. Oh, we got somebody already. Hello. Let's see now if I can. Oh. Okay. This. Oh, did we lose somebody? Try to figure out how these things work. Right. I'm going to be coloring this image as provided by DCC. So let's get to it. I'm going to try and get a color reference for what this cave is supposed to look like. Very muted colors, so grayish blue, very muted grey. And it's nighttime, not sunset, like I thought it would be. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got this. So, I'll go in here. Not quite right. Okay. Yeah. I'll go with this for the color. Don't know if he wants me to ink over this, so if he arrives, I'll ask him to let me know. Whenever you start coloring, it's always important to lay out your flats. Yeah, just laying out my flats here. I have to say he's got a nice style going on here. He's done all this traditionally. It's got a good mastery on anatomy. Slightly better than I would. Normally I'd have something like music on while I'm doing all this, but obviously that's not going to be possible for the time being because I'm streaming. I don't want to get copyright strikes. Should have released a new video today, but I didn't have a coloring video ready. So after I finish inking this, let's see. Put some in color in there. Got you on? Say hi, don't be shy. Oh, left again. Okay. Fair. Okay. Got that done. Now I'm going to add the sky. And the back here. We got anyone? No? Still no one? At this point, don't be shy. Say hi should be a catchphrase of mine. Always remember to clean around the edges. He does have another one that he wants me to color. Horseman piece, so that's going to be interesting because it's already been colored. So I'm going to try and tackle that one as well if I can. I wish companies weren't really so anal about sort of like copyright when it comes to music. I mean, Do you know you can't actually play music outside in public without a license? It's a little messed up, you know. Now, why do I use this kneaded eraser instead of a more efficient digital eraser? Well, they're all digital erasers, but this one is more circular, so therefore it allows for greater flexibility in going around the corners, etc. Which isn't so easy to do with a square eraser. Don't be shy, say hi. It's like my catchphrase at this point. Uh, Hey, Patrick. What have you been up to today or this week in general? I need to get back into the habit of going to the gym. So far, I'm just laying the flats down for this piece. Now, to use a texture brush, because this is supposed to be a night sky. Does that work? Not to merge, bought a few comics. Oh, what comics did you buy? Let's see if this one is any better. Uh, much better. Looking at my reference, I don't really see the moon in the backdrops there, so that's about as far as I need to go there. I'm a stickler for small details like that, because I know what this scene's like. I'm just checking to see if I need to include any subtle details. Like, for instance, is there a giant moon in the background? Artistic liberties and all that. Oh, nice and free. Hey, you got your blood proof. Yeah, mine's supposed to be coming Wednesday because I'm in the UK, so it takes a bit longer. But I'm looking forward to that. And I'm hoping to try and raise a bit of money so I can get Ice and Free. I could probably get the comic no problem, but some of the other merchandise is a bit pricey. And let's just put it like this. I want the document cards. I'm definitely looking forward to Bloodroof 1. In fact, I think Yaira 2 is fulfilling very soon as well. I'm waiting till tomorrow to fix it. Normally when I get a Ripverse comic, I just read it the moment I get it. I haven't really got much patience for that. Maybe so, hopefully in the next month. Yep. I mean, the moment I got ISOM 1, I think it was, I read it in about half an hour, and then I read it again because I liked it so much. I can definitely tell that Eric's writing's improved over the years. Especially in Saoirse. Yeah, the last couple looks one of the best picks, so I'm holding on to it. That's fair enough. Usually, as soon as I get something, I like to just dive in and read it. But I've still got a couple of books from last year that I still need to read. I hope that's not too disorienting for you. It's pixelating. Yeah, typically I read them faster than I buy them. I mean, that's the truth. Yeah, I've got The Black Crown by John A. Douglas to read. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, Festival of the no, Feast of the Moon. Yeah, so also got that to read from last year, and the complete series of Scott McCloud's Zars. And the funny thing is, I saw that at a library once, read a bit of it, liked it so much I wanted to get the book proper because I cannot find it at the library anywhere now, which is annoying. Yeah, hang on, I'll get the books for you. So, yeah, that's art, by the way. It's an 80s heroes comic, but it was all done in the manga style at the time. Slower paced, more deliberate storytelling. It's quite interesting. And this is just a straight up book, The Black Crown by John A. Douglas. So I got two big boys to read. Okay. Hold on. Let's find these characters. Is that the right shade? It is. Nice. Go off of this. I probably should have set the stream up beforehand, but I didn't have time. What application is this? Critter. It's basically like Photoshop, but it's a free application. It's got a whole bunch of tools in it for making stuff like comics, as well as digital paintings and all that. I mean, whereas Photoshop is more for manipulating images, this is more designed for digital art in general. Interesting. Where do you get? Hang on. Just look up. I'll type it into chat for you. Just sort of Google this, and it should take you to the main site where you can download it. I mean, if you're on Android or iOS or a tablet-like device, you can get it straight from the app stores. On Mac, PC, and Linux, you need to search for it online. And generally speaking, you can just sort of download it. I mean, I know most people sort of swear by Clip Studio Paint and all that, but you kind of have to pay a monthly fee for me. Yeah, okay. I mean, as long as you're well, as long as we're recommending it to the people that need it. Hang on. See if I can. Yeah. Another application I'll recommend is Just Sketch Me. Let's see if I can actually find the website link for you. I mean, this is for posing 3D characters and all. So yeah, the address is there. I recommend that for her as well. So it's basically you got 3D models. You can pose them however you want. Hand gestures. You can sort of adjust the lighting on the scene. You can add basic props to fill out the scene. Just sort of get a general idea of what your scenes are supposed to be like. And then you can make an image of that. And you can import them into something like Krita here. And basically do your sketches on them, which you can then refine into proper comic book pages, etc. I use it quite a bit as well. I mean, I know some interesting individuals will swear by doing it the old-fashioned way and no more 3D assets and all that, but quite honestly, I find those people to be a bit stupid, so I don't pay them too much mind. But apparently, comic book YouTube is sort of dying a bit right now. There aren't as many people promoting comics and too much people peddling drama. Which is unfortunate because I like comic books. I wish this wouldn't lag so much on the screen. I think it just send those apps over to her. Okay, let's see. What color did I use for this? Oh yeah, a deep navy blue. Just put that on another layer. I hope this doesn't clash too much with the background. Yeah, I agree. Too much drama in comics. I mean, if I want drama, I'll just sort of load up a Kino Kashino stream, just sort of see who's getting dunked on this week. I mean, I got fed up with drama after the whole Guna Gate controversy. And I kid you not, people involved in that are just sort of like the biggest hypocrites going. I mean, I've ended up finding out more than I'd like about a couple of certain YouTubers. And I think was it ever necessary. But you know, they did it to themselves. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But the one I would have wanted to play was there was a game show in the UK back in the 80s. Can't remember what it's called, but Bruce Springley, I think his name was. He was one of the yeah, he was like one of the judges for Strictly Come Dancing. I think it was him that was on this, but he was hosting a game show, and one of the games he had people playing was Pong, but you control it with your voice. It'll be like up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you know what? That looks like a lot of fun. I wish I could have played that. Let's see if I can get a good look at this. Yes. That's all down to. Let's see something. Dude, I think at this point, my kryptonite is drama. As soon as I see drama brewing, I hightail it the hell out of there. And then you see it's like the people peddling the drama, well, some of the people, and it's just sort of like, why should anybody ever listen to you? I mean, some of the people associated with comics game, let's say, the Dick Masterson fans, the dickheads. I mean, that's what they call themselves. They call themselves dickheads. They're sort of like some of the most insufferable people imaginable. And yet they act like their word is the gospel. Or as July puts it, they act like their shit don't stank. Knowing them, the probably desensitize the smell. I mean, it's one thing to criticize somebody's work of art, but it's another to have never engaged in a whole medium before, like comics, and still decide to criticize somebody's life's work or something. I mean, at least familiarize yourself with the medium and the industry before you open your mouth. You know what I mean? Oh, we got more people. Come on, say hi. Don't be shy. I'm sorry for the pixelation, but this is the best I can do so far. Hey, DCC. Do you want me to ink over this as well? Just so I have like nice crisp black lines. Uh, Visible. Yeah. Yeah, about stuff like dedications, I just see a clue of them. I mean, I'm getting up there in years, so I'm finding I just don't have time to engage in any petty drama. Got much more important things to worry about. Like trying to get a job. Enjoying life. Far more important than whinging about random black guys on the internet. Let's see. I think he has. Does he have silver on his shoes? Bit difficult to see on these images. Yeah. I think he, let's see. Yeah. Do you have to go into your paper? Oh yeah, I'll hang on. I'll just pop that in the. I'll just pop that in the chat. Here's my paper, and if anyone wants, I'll leave my X accounts in there as well if you want to follow me there. I think the drunks have arrived. Either that or the wind's banging on one of the nearby fences. By the way, I live near a pub, so occasionally I hear a lot of shouting and strange noises at night. Yeah, he hasn't seen me on the black store shop, but gotcha. I have to say your style does remind me of sort of like 60s comics. Just like the way you use the well, just the way that the blacks are used. That's what it reminds me of. Oh, now you've got to do here. Smooth that out. No. It's all good. Black skin tone. Is that good enough? The lighting on this cover is throwing me off a bit. do. Yeah. And one thing I noticed, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in yesterday's stream, but there's on the covers you can see that Avery's belt changes colors, so that it'll either be well, so far I know it changes to 3 different colors: black, white, and sort of like a bright yellow. And I'm thinking now, what do those colors signify? Is white sort of more of a defensive color, where he's on the defensive, trying to preserve his life and all? Does it grant him enhanced endurance and durability? And if so, would black be the natural opposite to that? Sort of like a berserker mode, which greatly outputs his offense, but he ends up being like a glass cannon. And would yellow be sort of like a balanced mix of the two? I mean, that would be an interesting way to balance his power set. Let's see. You? Because in Cover D for Item 3, his belt is clearly black. And in Cover C, you can clearly see that it's white. I mean, a pure bright white. Which is unusual, given that in that scene he's down in the sewer, so there shouldn't really be anything to illuminate the belt and make it white. Yeah, so £15. Okay, that's okay, mate. Okay. Yeah. Let me know if you got it. I'll check right now. Yeah, I got it. Okay, good. How are these monkey things? So G. Does help if I get the right brush out. Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to put a highlight behind Isom just to help him stand out a bit. I'm just all worried that some of these colors are going to clash a little. Pixelation stuff, yeah. You can see the blues are sort of merging a bit. So I'm going to try and put a background on. But it's like a white highlight just to go around the rim of him. And so far all I'm doing is putting the flats down. Also, I can just sort of live stream this because then my clients can come in and see the work that I'm doing for them. Just like a nice bit of accountability. I'm hoping that at some point I can start having guests to interview, kind of a bit like John's Lombards, See if people like those, and just sort of grow the channel. And when we get to 500 subs, I can actually monetize it. People can do super chats. On these streams, I've joked about it sort of becoming my catchphrase now, but if I had the money, I'll probably get the voice actor who voiced Hugo in the Hugo games, if you know what those are. Because Hugo is a British platforming series that originated on the PlayStation, which is all about, it's like a this little red troll guy who keeps dealing with this annoying witch who keeps trying to steal his girlfriend so she can obtain immortality by trapping her in a mirror or something. But his catchphrase, "Hey, you're back." But his catchphrase is sort of like, "Don't go slow, I'm ready to go." And I'm thinking, with my unintended catchphrase of, "Don't be shy, say hi." I wonder if I could pay him just to say that, but in his Hugo voice. And then whenever somebody comes in, I can just sort of tap a button and it'll just say, "Don't be shy, come and say hi." I know that. I figured it'd just be funny. The lag and the pixelation is annoying me. I really need to find a better setup for this. Okay. No. Okay, that did not go according to plan. I did not close this area. Streaming for an hour. Okay. Now then, let's color some of these in. These should it's like different color. Okay. Let's look for. See. Yeah, that seems to be about the right color. One thing with flats is that you want them to be very muted, because the range of colors actually comes from the highlights that you the highlights and shadows you put in. Horns. Okay. Horns, some more color. Just separate them. What? There. So just an extension of the furry bodies. Thanks a lot. Sorry, I'm not being talk active right now. Just trying to concentrate on small details here. I think Saturday I'll finally start trying to tackle the page of pencils that was released from Reaper Destroyer. Yeah. It's not like every day that's yeah, it's not every day that comic book artists and writers just sort of release the pencils of a page. Normally it's the inks. And and while that's fine and all for them coloring, it isn't for them trying to practice inking. I mean, I already said I can't pencil for shit, but given enough material to work with, I can practice my inking skills and be the best of them if I put my mind to it. And I think so I'm going to keep the live streams to the weekends. Usually it's like around 9 o'clock UK time. I mean, easier for me to remember that way. Tomorrow I think I'll try and get some writing done on my superhero universe, which isn't really easy to do when you've got two starting points for the universe. I wish I could do ongoings like Eric July is doing with the Rippaverse, but that's not going to be viable for me because I'm just one guy at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to have sort of like, okay, I know my limitations. I can't draw like other comic book artists can. The one thing I struggle with is like shadows and highlights, so I don't always know where to put the shadows down. So I've got very stylized anatomy, which isn't always great for comic book art. But if the hard work of the pencils is done, I can just sort of add the inking to it. Because I know I can ink, I just can't pencil properly. Because there's the thumbnails, I can easily do the thumbnails. Then you get your sketch and pencil layers, and that's the part that I won't be able to do properly. Detail being another issue for me. Because I'm not the kind of guy that likes to do tons and tons of detail. I disagree. Actually, see if I can actually find it here. Sorry. SD card. No, actually, I'll go back one. God. I mean, that's like an example of how I would normally draw if it would, see if I can find another one. Actually, finished pages, PNG. Did I? I'll show you this one. Very cool to be able to draw like that. See, this is something I thought I was going to, yeah. And okay, see, that is pretty good. No word of a lie. I'll look up another one for you. Which one would it be? trying to find one that's very specific. I tried to get inventive with some of the paneling here. Okay, the company. Yeah, I think it's one that was a bit before then. Let's see, that was 17. All right. I think this top one was. It's all looking really good. Yeah. Problem is sort of like it's the small details that I can't quite do properly. The speed lines are horrible. But I do like this top panel. I mean, you're never going to find a reference for a goat being punched like that. Yeah. The that landing panel there is, I think I referenced that image and the one below it. That one, I think I just sort of free-handed myself without any reference. So this one here, I did that without any reference. These here the speed lines. I could do a lot better with the speed lines. Stuff like this, I definitely need to fix. Definitely need to fix that. I definitely need to work on the backgrounds a bit more. But still, I do like this this shot of the goat here. Could probably work on the effects as well. You can see there the goat is transforming. This one I did with like reference. Trying to remember now. Was it a 2D image? Seems like what you did with the goat. Yeah, me as well. Yeah, I can't remember if this was a 2D image or 3D asset, but I used the reference for the pose. I mean, it's like one of my characters, Captain Liberty. He's basically the Superman of my universe. I think I would change his hair to make it look a bit more like Syndrome, because he's got sort of like the that poofy hair that ends in a point, so the quiff. So I'd give him that kind of hair. And you know what? It was very difficult just to find a Yeah, I don't mind if you draw him. Just note that he's sort of got like a half cape sort of going around his shoulders. As you can see it right here. Wait for this to load. Yeah. So he's got like a little half cape there. And I based his costume on like on a naval uniform that captains would wear, basically. I should actually have this image somewhere on my Twitter account. Anyway, let's get back to this. When it comes to penciling, I really need to improve. Especially when it comes to stuff like anatomy, perspective, and form, etc. But for inking, all that's already done. All I have to worry about is making sure that the lines are finalized, which is something that I'm very good at. And also, I do tend to work digitally, so that can make things easier or harder depending on the kind of artist you are. Actually, see if I can find. No, it's not in here. Did I move it? See if this loads. This is another one of my characters. A thief and a seductress. She targets the wealthy elites of the city to line her pockets. She is the Magpie. One thing I'm considering is I'm going to move her logo up to her forehead, which then I can sort of add a zipper down the front and give her a utility belt. It's a really cool design, yeah. Also, the background's just like a stock image that I found somewhere. Yeah. Um, one of the funny things I discovered that you can do with Grok is sort of like you can use it to outline stories, and the way it's all written, this one line, it sort of goes the legend of the magpie and her tits grew that night because she has it's like a small group of people helping her call the tits. Basically, sort of like blue tit, grey tit, yellow tit, the tit family of birds. I mean, I'm not sure what else that I could be referring to, but it was just the way that Grok worded it. It was like the legend of the magpie and its tits grew. Yeah. But one thing it came up with that I thought was actually very neat, and it's one change that I want to make. Is when it came to it trying to interpret her powers to fly, and basically put, and she has ethereal energy wings that come out of her back, and I was thinking, that would be so cool. Now I kind of want to change the design a bit to incorporate that. But this is supposed to be a cape that she's wearing, but the way it's designed is that it looks like a bunch of wings. Write the character. Let's see. Write the character. When you plan on doing the book. For World of Heroes, so far I'm trying to outline at least 2 story arcs set in 2020, set in 2 separate locations, Cataclysm and New Dawn. I'm also, because I have to get the early part of the timeline done right, I'm having to come up with a whole bunch of character backstories for what would have been this universe's Avengers type of group that I'm simply referring to as the Peacekeepers. Because of how powers work in this universe, with how some of these characters get their powers, I mean, they don't really age like normal people. They just sort of think more like Captain America, where he stays sort of young for a very long time, or like Ben Grimm. Their aging slowed down, so they last longer. So some of these characters would, technically speaking, be in the current timeline of 2020, but not all of them. And so I'm having to quickly figure out sort of like what their origins are, get a summarized timeline events for the things they've done, and for some that actually do sort of die, how they died or how they disappeared. Did they retire? Were they fed up after a while? I have to get all of that down for about 10 plus different characters. And because I'm doing stories in like 2 different locations, I'm having to fill out sort of like the backstories of other supporting characters. And at the same time, I'm trying to finish the Universe Bible for it. So I don't know if I'm going to do the comic this year or next year, but I at least want to get the writing part finished. Write out a couple of scripts, thumbnail and pencil them, and then I can start working on like some of the early stuff, get that out of the way, at least. So I want to at least do up into when the Peacekeepers are formed, and then sort of carry on with the modern day stuff to show just like how much the world has changed. And if I could do ongoing series like Eric July does, believe me when I say this, I would have whole teams sort of like dedicated to this, because I've got plenty of interesting stories to tell. I mean, some of them will go as far back as, say, Victorian London. So that's how far back I have to figure things out. Possibly even further back. 5th century, Stone Age, possibly even. Actually, I don't think I got anything in Stone Age. But I do need to take into account sort of like various mythologies and how they would tie into this world. Because part of the world building involves sort of like different realms. Sounds good. I like when stories go that far back. Me too. I like world building and developing mysteries within the stories that I tell. Yeah. It is a lot of work for just one person though. So I have to manage my time efficiently. It isn't really easy when you come up with more stories and characters. I mean, just saw last week, after having a good think about it, I ended up coming up with the idea for what's probably the most political superhero that I've come up with personally, being the Ukrainian version of Captain America. Yeah. But with New Dawn, which is sort of set in the UK, it'll start off initially with a character called Vigilante X, who is technically speaking the first superhero character that I ever made. So yeah, being real original there. But I sort of came up with his name and initial design before I even had a power for him, because he was just going to be like a street level vigilante. And I kind of fell into like all the riot traps when I started expanding on his character a bit more in what would have been version 1.0 of this universe. I gave him all the powers. He was going to be the best. It's like Batman. He could beat Superman and all that. And his son, who for some reason turned into a humanoid hybrid Komodo dragon with fire breathing abilities, for some reason comes back from the future to try and kill him. So let's just say that version of the universe is a bit dead at the moment. And that what I've come up with is, from a writing point of view, infinitely far superior. The real problem is of like getting the first issue down, because introductory chapters are difficult. And not only that, you have to grab the reader's attention and get the mysteries all set up. And I'm trying to think now, can I incorporate Komodo into this story somehow? I mean, not Earth is the sun, because a lot of things have changed in that regard, and I'm not doing time travel in this universe. Otherwise, you end up with a lot of problems with the narrative. I mean, you can't go back in time, technically speaking. but you can sort of jump forward in time. And it's sort of to do with prophecy, basically, that you can peer into the future, but if you're not careful, you can get stuck in the future. So that's what I mean by jumping forward in time. But generally speaking, it's impossible to go backwards. Oh dear. Did the talk of time travel scare people off? Uh, so, uh, everyone's come back. Don't worry, the talk of time travel is over. Yeah. Yeah, my ideas have certainly improved since my college years. And when I came up with that initial idea of Vigilante X, that was about 11 years ago, actually. Was it 12? Basically, over a decade ago. I mean, Brexit hadn't even happened yet. I'm just not sure if I can actually incorporate Komodo into this current universe. But it would be a cool idea. So like a humanoid Komodo dragon type of villain could actually be the killer croc of my universe. Uh, I feel an idea is a good one. I mean, I've had a couple of other interesting villain ideas as well. Okay. I'm going to put all these into a group. Clean up the layers. Yep. And now okay. Um, Another thing that I have for my universe is that I had to figure out like different power systems that come into play. You think one would just be enough, but nope. I had to incorporate magic somehow. And even though it won't initially be in this first batch of comics that I'm working on, I sort of came up with a Dragon Ball Z styled power system with all the transformations. So yep, I had fun with that. But the thing with trying to incorporate old villain ideas I have, it's it's more that I need to give them a compelling backstory that makes sense for them being in the universe. And I also have to keep in mind sort of where different villains would be at different points. Because I've got three characters who I need to get from Victorian London in the 18th century and have them be ready for a story that takes place in 1930s New York. This update. I do believe this is frozen. Hope not. Shoot. That's not updating, is it? Hang on. Oh, it's moved. Yep. How's the chat doing? Has the stream frozen for you guys on your end? Just let me know. Just join character development. Oh, you mean Captain Liberty? Yeah. Smoothing around on this end, right? Because it was stuck a bit. for a while, and I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. Okay. Oops. Hang on. That's how that should be. Let's see what this brush can do. Yeah, makes it for some good lines. Okay. Go through that again. Hang on. Let me just see what that was. Yeah, that's not actually bad. It's quite good. That is pretty spot on, actually. Anyway, that's what that colour was. Okay. It's only a fast one that kind of add shadows. And try to keep it close to. Yeah. Short back and sides, but with the hair being a bit more like Syndrome from The Incredibles. Actually, see if I can find it. Syndrome. Okay, looking at his hair now, it's actually a bit too long, but actually, see if I actually, I use Avery here as an example. Something kind of like that, but to emphasize it looking sort of like the flame on the top of the torch. Does that make sense? Actually, I could clean this up a bit. What's that? Yes. Okay. Because I was talking to John on John's Long Box about that, and he made a suggestion of sort of like having the hair be sort of like the like a torch, basically. And it just sort of fit the character design more. And in fact, I hadn't even thought about his hair color at that point. Let me change it now as we speak. just trying to make it a bit more clear. So you would have short back and sides, almost military style, and then he'll have like a lot of hair on top, but the front sort of comes out like a little tip. So basically, syndrome, but not all the way up here, but sort of more manageable. Basically, it's got a little quiff, basically. Yeah. One thing that I actually realized when I'm designing half my characters, like I've got a lot of redheads here, and they're not all related. Yeah, so, have you got that memorized? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back, put that away, and get back to here. Mhm. Uh, right. One character I designed years ago, actually, when I first got the idea to actually make comics. It was for a different type of story idea I had. Um, this character had a very particular hairstyle. I mean, I went through like different types of hairstyles trying to figure out what I could actually draw properly at the time. I wanted to sort of give her sort of like curly hair, but I had trouble trying to figure out how to draw it properly without it looking like shit. And I settled on the kind of hair that Meryl from Metal Gear had, basically. You know, are you familiar with the Metal Gear games? Well, in Metal Gear Solid, one of the characters is Meryl Silverburr, and she sort of has very particular hair that sort of comes down like that. So basically, the reference I had for her hair was I got a screenshot of her from Metal Gear Solid 4, and just sort of went off from that. Yeah. one thing I found out with when designing Captain Liberty is that there aren't really a lot of symbols out there that actually properly represent Liberty. And so looking through them on Google Images and all that, the best that it could ever throw up was sort of like the torch that the Statue of Liberty holds. So that's why he's got a big golden blazing torch on the front of his shirt. Well, actually, his coat, actually. Because that was the best I could find. And so, like, without giving him his name, I asked John, okay, what's this character's name? And he immediately went with Torchbearer. And I said, oh, and not Captain Liberty. Because he didn't see the connection at first. Then I said, well, basically the torch is the symbol for liberty. And that surprised him. The things you know. I mean, for Magpie's logo, actually, I'll draw it here. I mean, that's a quick one. But I wanted something simple that would reflect her name is the Magpie, and so I'll have it look like a bird. And I'm actually quite proud of myself for coming up with something as simple as that. It's unique and easy to recognize. But one of the more difficult ones comes for a speedster character that I've got, which I told John about, and so far I'm only giving out the name, but it's Inertia. And I wanted like a logo that would symbolize weight, inertia, and force. But the best I could come up with was something like that, which is basically the symbols for force and inertia. And the best Rob could give me was to have a circle, have some wavy lines coming out to represent force, weight, and inertia. I think the wavy lines was to represent I think that's to represent force itself, I think. Circle represents weight. And the arrows represent force. Wavy lines, I think, represent weight or something. What was that circle? They were supposed to represent just like the three different powers, but that was the best like Rock could sort of come up with. So that wasn't really an easy one for me to figure out. And normally I don't really ask Rod for help with designing logos and symbols. I usually sort of do that myself. Okay. Yeah, I changed the setting on X. Here's one. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's actually spot on. With the little quiff in the front. Spot on, mate. Uh, Uh, let's see how far I got left. Let's see. So I'm not being very chatty at the moment. Kind of in the zone. I'll try and finish as much of this before midnight. So, yeah, I might continue this tomorrow, actually. Keep this consistent. Uh, um, so next stream will be Saturday, actually. Just as a reminder. I'll try and finish the rest of this tomorrow because we're getting close to midnight and I need to get to sleep. Uh, cool. I mean, still got half an hour left before midnight, so see how much I can get done. I better give you extra than I get paid. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, right? I got the Horseman one to do as well, haven't I? The reality of making art. Inking in all the small details that nobody notices. I mean, no, I am impressed. Yep. I mean, nobody ever takes into consideration just how much time goes into making one panel, especially when you've got like all the little details all over the place. And then people just sort of gloss over the page in about 5 seconds, and all the hours of hard work that you spent inking it, it's gone to waste. And most people don't appreciate that, to be honest, and it's sad. And I get why mangakas sort of use 3D assets and have to speed things up. Nobody's got time to do things the old fashioned way anymore. many, many hours. I suppose another reason why the art of my Golden Age comic wasn't done to a high standard either was because I just wanted to get it out as soon as possible. I wasn't sort of taking into account the time needed to do good in that anime and all. I'm actually thinking about it. I might get I don't know. I might sort of get all the Golden Age pages, letter the whole comic, and just sort of put up as like a free PDF download somewhere. And then people can just sort of enjoy that. Yeah. I'll put it up on something like Global Comics. Yeah, that way everyone can read it, laugh at how absurd and silly it is, and I can move on with it. It's just do I ink the bonus comic of Daniel P. Riley in it? Mm. Uh, I mean, it sounds like a good plan for this week. I mean, I've already got all the pages finished. I just need to put the letters on them. Uh, Okay. Coming up to quarter past. Um, X. Mm. go back. Okay, let's fully charge. Okay, I know some of the blacks are going out the lines to the people watching. That's okay. It's on a separate layer, and I can just erase them afterwards. Some people like to use the lasso tool. Other people like me, they like to paint the blacks and the colors in. And I like to lower the opacity just a tiny bit. To make it easier to see the see where I'm coloring in. Announcing the time. I think it's I think it's about time I ended the stream. So I hope you all enjoyed watching me do some inking for the last how many hours has it been now? About 3 hours. Yeah. So I did. So, yeah. Next stream Saturday 9 o'clock, and I'll probably finish this piece by the end of tomorrow, and I'll tackle the horseman ones of afterwards as well. Yeah. Saturday, I'll probably get the Reaper Destroyer page that and sort of ink over the pencils on that. But until next time, enjoy yourselves, everyone. Bye.